friends, welcome to day 34 of yoga at home. Today I'm going to be going through some movements very specific to help you unlock your ribs and get you moving in a rotational plane as well as a diagonal plane. We're going to be moving in all different directions with our torso and our ribs today to help them feel engaged, open, and get more breath in. So all you'll need today is a block or something to squeeze between your knees, whatever you've been using, great. And let's start by laying down on the floor. So at the narrowest height, place that in between your knees. Find a comfortable spot for your head. Relax your spine onto the floor. Release your shoulder blades. Close your eyes. And if you'd like, you can take your hands and put them on your belly or leave them at your side, wherever feels comfortable. And just start to breathe in and out. Letting your mind center. Your body feel really grounded on the floor. And just taking these few minutes, the 15-20 minutes that we'll do today, just for yourself. Just exploring the body. And doing the movements that feel good and help you understand how your body moves in space. And help you understand how the breath and the ribs and all those broad muscles that connect into your torso to help you breathe. One more cleansing breath. If you'd like to sigh it out through your mouth, sigh it out. Then gently flutter your eyes open, keeping the block exactly where it is. Take your pelvis now and start to tuck your tailbone under so that your back flattens against the floor. Okay? Keep tucking under until you feel the pressure of your lumbar vertebrae or your lower vertebrae on the floor, and then keep pressing down and start lifting your butt up until you feel like there's the most pressure that you're putting into the floor about the band, right where the band of your bra strap would be. Okay? If you don't have, or if you don't wear a bra, obviously, so it would be at the very tip of your sternum. You can kind of like feel with your hands, and right about where that bone stops, okay, is directly behind on your spine where you want to press down. Okay, and as you're pressing down through your heels, and you keep turning and curling your tailbone under, okay, so your belly is kind of like scooped in. Hold that and just breathe here downwards into your back ribs. So as I'm breathing, the floor is giving me feedback as to if I'm breathing in that area. Find that connection. If it helps to close your eyes so that you can really feel that connection in your body. And then slowly, keeping the belly scooped in, start to lower down one vertebrae at a time, like you're laying down one piece at a time, and then release your pelvis. We're going to do that a couple more times. So again, starting to tuck your tailbone under enough where your back feels like it's flattened into the floor, and then scoop the belly in, start to lift up one vertebrae at a time, and stop right where the bra strap band would be. You can let your arms relax. If you feel like your shoulders are starting to round up, just gently place your hands here to remind them to open. Breathe into the back of the body and gently squeeze that block, engaging your pelvic floor. And then slowly lower back down, releasing the pelvis. One more time like that. Slowly start to scoop, and as you scoop, use the block to help you. And then come up onto that point of your back. Taking a couple breaths. And then slowly keep the belly scooped in even as you lower down. And then release the pelvis. Okay, so I want you to remember that point on your back because that's the area of the ribs that normally gets stuck. So we'll be working on understanding how to open up the middle portion of the ribs. All right, next drill to create more awareness to the area. You're going to take your arms and cross them over your chest so that your elbows make a V. Now, you're going to, again, that same spot in your back, you're going to try and access it by pulling your lower ribs down and in, okay, and really feeling that area of your back where your bra strap band would be, and just pressing that area down. So now we already engaged it from the bottom up. Now we're going to do it from the top down. And again, taking a breath, or a couple breaths, and then slowly letting it go, releasing. And doing it again. So reach your elbows up to the ceiling, and then kind of curl and press your lower ribs down. Breathing into that spot. It should feel really good. Almost bringing about new awareness to that area of the body that we normally take for granted. And then slowly let it go. And we're going to do it one more time. Elbows to the ceiling. Curl the lower ribs. Just make sure that your head isn't going all the way back like how mine did. When it does, just notice it and center it. And if you find that this feels like it's too much for you to do and your head naturally goes back no matter how much you correct it, you can take a towel and put it under your head. Just make sure it's not tilted back. Okay? And then slowly let it go and release. Good. And then coming out, you can move your block away. You won't need it anymore. Roll over onto all fours. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And then send your hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Okay. Now the next opening of the ribs that we're going to do is through the sides. So have your feet a little bit wider than normal in your down dog. Okay. And the key to this stretch is to keep your hands really pressing down into the floor, including the palms. So we're not trying to lift the palms up at any point in time. Okay, we're creating that lock there. So go ahead and lift your hips up and lift your heels up, and then swivel your knees to the right side. So as I swivel to the right, I'm swiveling to the left. As I swivel to the left side, I'm really pressing my left hand down firmly into the floor. Inhale, come back up, and then exhale to the right now, pressing my right hand firmly into the floor. Inhale, center, exhale, left, feeling that stretch and opening through the side body. Inhale, center, and swivel, bending at the knees, kind of dropping the hip down a little. Center, and swivel and drop. Couple more times. Center, swivel and drop, center, swivel and drop. And then slowly lower your knees down. With your palms facing up, sit in a child's pose. Just take a breath here. Notice how that breath feels. Can you bring that awareness of your breath into that same spot that we've been focusing on? Really feeling the expansion. And then come back up onto all fours. Send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Slowly walk forward. Keep the palms down on the floor. So palms are pressing down. Notice if when I try and straighten my legs, my hamstrings are a bit tight, so I can't straighten them. That's okay. You can bend your knees, but I need you to press down firmly into the floor with your hands. Okay, letting your head go. Now slowly send your hips up. Keep pressing down into the floor. If you lose the press, that's as far as you need to go. And exhale, bend. Okay, again, inhale, press, and straighten the legs. Exhale, bend. So this is stretching the entire back side of your body and your chest, of the upper back and lower ribs. And now step your right leg back, plant it down, and lift your torso up. Take your hands and clasp them like this. Okay. So from here, you're going to tuck your right glute under and really squeeze it as hard as you can. Take your hands and put them right at your chest and gently pull your hands apart. Now, you want to make sure that your back toes are tucked, and we're going to rotate in a moment, but when you rotate, it's common for the heel to spill out to the side. I want you to try not to let it do that, and keep that pressure in your big toe and second toe especially, so that you keep this hip aligned in the position that you want it. Okay, so that's a nice little trick. Okay, so keeping that tension, lift your spine nice and tall, and slowly, very slowly, on a straight axis, rotate to your left. As you rotate, I want you to draw the belly in and feel the fibers of the abdominals stretching and lengthening and toning towards your midline. And then inhale back again. Exhale, pull the belly in, turn left. Keep your nose directly in line with the center of your body. You don't have to turn your head. Come back center. And last one. Turn. And center. From here, frame your front foot. Press your right hand down into the floor and twist open to your left. So make a long line of energy going from the floor to the ceiling. So we're just reinforcing that left twist that we just did. Exhale, lower the hand down, lift the back leg up, and step it forward. Again, planting your hands down onto the floor, bend your knees as much as you need to, but push down hard into your hands. Let your head go. On your inhale, start to straighten the legs, but you're only going to straighten as much as you can still have that same push into the floor. And exhale, bend. So I'm only moving about an inch for me. So the purpose of this is to stretch the entire back line of your body, all the way from your heels to the crown of your head. So keep your head down and feel how The muscles in your back and around your ribs get nice and stretched and broad. Keep pushing down through the hands. Don't let that go. One more. Good. And then step back with your left leg. Lower the knee down, tuck the foot. We're going to go to the other side. So again, making sure that that heel doesn't spill out. Press your big toe and second toe firmly into the ground. Hook your fingers together. Squeeze your left buttock. Okay, and really hold your pelvis and your thigh bone in place. Grow tall through your spine. Pull the belly in as you exhale and rotate right. Nose stays in line with the center of your body. And check in with that back toe and ankle. Then come back to the center. Again, inhaling, thinking tall spine. Exhaling, belly pulls in, twist right. Notice how we're moving on this axis, the same spot that we tried to release when we were on the floor. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Keep squeezing your left buttock. And then slowly lower down, frame that front foot, press the left hand down into the floor, twist open to your right. Again, try not to let that heel spill out. You can relax your head down, stretch out your neck, or just look to the side. And then lower the hands down. Step your legs back. Downward facing dog. This time just stay in your down dog with your heels high and your knees bent. Really pressing into the floor, releasing your head. Feeling that energy reverberating all the way up the kinetic chain. And breathing into the sides of the ribs, the backs of the ribs. Noticing how that feels. And then walk your way forward, keeping your hands on the floor. And now, whichever way you want, you can extend one leg back and come into like a wide stance. So I just did it this way so that you can see me. You can do it any way you'd like. So from here, feet are apart and my hands are down on the floor. I can lean forward a little bit into my hands. Or if you'd like, you can take your block again and then put your hands on top of it. Either one is fine. Okay, from here, we're going to do a few cat-cows. So on your inhale, you're going to look up. On your exhale, you're going to round and dome that back up to the ceiling. Inhaling, looking up, tailbone comes up. Exhale, round. And when you round, I want you to press that part that we were talking about near your bra strap up to the ceiling. Now you're going to bend your left knee. I'm not going to use the block, but if you want, you can move it to the side. So the left knee bends and the right leg stays straight. Again, cat-cow. Notice there is not a lot of movement happening in the spine, and that's okay. Okay. The work and the space is happening with the subtle movements. Good, now make your way to the right side, doing the same thing. Bending the right knee this time, keep the left leg straight, press your hands into the floor, cat-cow. And then come back to the center, heel toe your feet in, and lower down to your knees, and swing your legs to the front. Okay, we're going to check in with our back again. So you can grab your block. Again, place it between your knees. Lay down on your back. Hands on the sides of your ribs. Let your shoulders release down and your shoulder blades release down. Close your eyes. And send your breath sideways in your ribs, up and down, as well as to the backs of your ribs. Noticing the quality of your breath. Noticing the ease of your breath. Noticing how much more air you can expand into. Just a few minutes of moving and being aware of where your restrictions are. And start to take one more deep breath in through the nose and then sighing it out through the mouth. Good. Move the block away, roll to your side, any side you want. And then come to a seated position. And keep your eyes closed. Cross your legs, come to a comfortable seated position, and sit up nice and tall. Hands can lay on your knees, finding your sit bones grow tall. Now take a breath in here in your seated position. And if you've been following along with me, notice how the breath would normally feel for you and how the breath feels now after just doing a little bit of unlocking. Take your hands together at the center of your chest. Bow your head down towards your body. Namaste. Gently flutter your eyes open, finding a fixed point to look at the floor. And then float your head up. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this was an informative session for you. Again, please leave comments and feedback below. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't, and how I can serve you better. Bye.